What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
Oh, the timer was right. The music was wrong. Oh man, I messed all that up. I was waiting for this sub click timer to pop back up because it's out of position. And I was trying to fix it, but that doesn't matter. Let's start the Facebook page like that. Maybe I did a reboot, and I've been in update hell for the last fucking hour, dude. For the last hour, I've been trying to figure out how to get. You know how I can feature like chat messages like this one? I can feature chat messages on the screen, or this one, memes. I've been trying to update that program for the last fucking. Well, I updated it pretty quickly. I've been trying to make it work for the last hour. Bullshit, dude. Complete and utter bullshit. But now it works, so we're back to where we were before, and it should kick off after a couple seconds, after 3 seconds or something. We'll see. Like, share now. Like, share now. Okay, it did auto disappear. It seemed a little long, but it did auto disappear eventually. All right, that should be Facebook should be going now, I think. And then all we got to do is, I feel like I'm brand new. I feel like Bird over here.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued.
Yes,
you know
he still manipulates people. You're right.
Is
100%.
Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome everybody. We shouldn't have any more stuttering and that going on. I did a reboot. I updated some programs. So before, when I was playing videos, it was stuttering. I've got the featured chat back on. That's fixed. I can feature the chats, so that's good. The sub loop here is fine. That's my email. That should just be working its way through. It seems like everything may be working. I had like 3 programs that I had to update, and they all kind of work with each other. And after the update, every time I update, it's shit, dude. Every time I fucking update, it's complete and utter shit. Because the programs work together, they never update at the same time, and nothing ever works together. And I have to have like local files that I store, and every time I download one, it wants to store it in a new fucking spot for some reason. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. I got some videos I want to share with you tonight. So if you want to support the show, if you like what we do, you want to keep it going, you can do that at Just Quick Tools.
Michaela Robertson 81 just resubscribed for 32 months, 2.5 years.
Thank you very much. That's right. 2.5 years. Thank you for the resubscription. I appreciate it. I try to not update. Honestly, I'm not even on Windows 11 yet. I need to fucking fix my my boot drive so I can get Windows 11, I guess. That's going to break everything. Dude, that might be days before I'm back up. It is what it is. I also need to hide Restream bot from the featured chat upload, because now I'm getting them twice. Like, I'm getting Restream bot, Twitch, Ice King of Space, lol. Like, that's not good. I get this one, like Legend, then I get Restream bot repeating it. I don't want double messages everywhere. Oh, that's going to suck. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you want to support the show, do that. Just Quick Tools. This link here that Stream Elements just dropped. That Just Quick Tools, my links, Cold Beer Confessional. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. There has been some new video emerge. It doesn't change anything in any way, shape, or form, but I know that the maggots that you're going to face out in the real world will be trying to cram it down your face. We're going to get to that. Before we get there, I know some people don't like Ryan Upchurch. I know every time I say that, like, the chat's like, who doesn't like this? He's crazy, blah, blah, blah. I like when you cover him. There's been people that like message me and they're like, I don't know why you're covering a country music singer. I'm like, because it's funny. Whatever. It's my show. Anyways, would you believe if I told you Ryan Upchurch has figured it all out? Every bit. He's got from start to finish. He's got timelines. He's got suspects. He knows how they all link together. He knows what they're doing. He knows everything about it. Right? He's got it all, baby. Here we go. He's busted them in his latest video. And you will not believe who is involved in this. What if I told you one of the biggest, washed up, no-name country musicians you could imagine that has turned ultra MAGA grifter is one of the ringleaders of this? Who would have guessed it? I thought the maggots were the good guys, right? That's what I thought. He's figured it out. You guys know who John Rich is from Big and Rich? Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy? John Rich, who used to be, like, Big and Rich was like a thing, right? They were like, I don't know, they were popular, right? Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy was big when I was in school. Not that I really do country music, but theirs was like country pop or whatever. Anyways, John Rich is part of this whole cabal to take down Ryan Upchurch. John Rich is now super MAGA grifter. 1,000% super MAGA grifter. This is going to bother me, so I got to update something. Give me just a second. I've got to hide that fucking Restream bot. Sorry. That's the doc. That's the link. I need to go to visibility. And I need to show only stream events. Delete names entirely. Hide names. Icon is sequential. From same user. No. Sorry. I'm trying to find the bot thing. There's a way to type in what I want to hide. I want to hide the Restream messages. Oh, there we go. Delete names for bots. Deletes names for hosts. Filter out messages for listed bots. Filter out messages for listed bots. Do not trigger the beep for bot messages. Do not trigger greet, blah, blah, blah. Allow privilege. Okay, so I want to filter out messages for listed bots. Boom. Where do I list the bots? Oh, jump to section to specify host, bots, privileges. Okay. Sorry. All right, that should fix it. Copy link address, docs, custom browser docs, custom source docs, chat.to, custom apply. I don't know if it worked or not, but we're about to get there, okay? Apply, close. Okay. Ryan Upchurch has figured it all out. Sorry. I'm back. Ryan Upchurch has figured everything out. And as part of figuring this out, he made an announcement that he's figured it out. So here's where we start. He says, it's official. I just uncovered the biggest fraud ring in Nashville Music City entertainment history. The biggest fraud in Nashville history. Nashville Music City entertainment history. What a damn good day it is. And gives himself a trophy. And honestly, I can understand that, right? Everybody needs a little trophy every once in a while. Yeah. I'd give myself a trophy if I was Ryan. Next. So then he shows, this is his Instagram page, right? All right, let me go back. This is his Instagram page. And I don't know if you know this, but this is a good thing, Ryan. When it shows these little chat bubbles and it says Upchurch, what that means is when people are typing your name into the search bar or talking about Upchurch, it'll highlight that in blue and you can click on it and it'll bring it to your page or to your music or to, your shit, right? That's for you. That helps you. But he circles it in blue as if it's something dastardly. And he says, well, that's new. Smiley face. Wonder why? Laughing, crying emote. And then he added a search on AI. And AI says, and that blue circled icon is Instagram's search magnifying glass symbol. It's not a magnifying glass. It's like two chat bubbles, like people are talking about you. And it says, and in this context, it means searchable name indexing. Instagram is showing Upchurch as a searchable name label tied to your account. it helps the platform index a profile, so when people search Upchurch, they're going to come to your account. That's a good thing. I don't know why he thinks it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing. Here it comes. 13-minute video. So he's uploading a video here. 10 minutes. We got a countdown going. 10 minutes. Here we go. All right, back to the thing. So he does the same thing. This is his story, right? It's official. I got it. Damn good day. Give myself a trophy. And then we get his first actual video. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Get ready.
This is how it all went down this morning. At 8:40 a.m. this morning, I woke up and I was like, no, this shit ends today. I called the FBI. I started filling out this form from them. It's called like an IC3 or something like that. It's a link that they send you or whatever. I start filling this form out, and the form's got me thinking, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, fuck this. I'm calling the banks real quick. So I called these banks, and I said, hey, I need to see some of these statements because these invoices that I'm getting, they're being deleted from my email, and there has to be a reason why. So he's like, log in on your computer. I said, okay, I'll log in. I get in there. He's like, all right, look at these statements with me. I said, I can't. He said, why not? I said, because I'm restricted. I can't see anything. It's been like this forever. It's never been changed. He was like, what? Why? I said, I don't know. He said, you're the only one on the account.
I know why. So I know that your bank guy probably doesn't know why. And he's telling you that you're the only one on this account. The reason he's saying that, and the reason he's telling you the only one on the account is because it used to be your manager and your accountant and your lawyer, everybody that needed access to that account had it. They've all left you for being a psycho. By the way, IC3 form is the FBI IC3 form is just an online complaint. I know he says that like it's something important. It's the Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3. Internet and then 3 C's. But back to this. The reason that you're the only person on the account and it's still restricted is because you were restricted before, right? And everybody was on there and they managed all your money. They did everything. You said you didn't want to touch it. You didn't want to know about it. You didn't want to pay bills. You wanted them to do everything, right? So they were doing everything. And you went the main account, so you were restricted on whether you could, change accounts or delete accounts. Everybody left you. You never became adult Ryan Upchurch that went to the bank and figured this shit out. So you're still in the same position you were when you had all these people managing it for you.
With me. I said, I can't. He said, why not? I said, because I'm restricted. I can't see anything. It's been like this forever. It's never been changed. He was like, what? Why? I said, I don't know. He said, you're the only one on the account. I said, okay, well, I don't know. He's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. He said, when did you make the account? I said, I didn't make the account. He said, what do you mean? I said, yeah. I was like, my manager hired this accounting firm called Wiles and Taylor, and they issued me the cards. He said,
so this right here isn't true, right? Ryan's already admitted he's been to their office. He's been there with Be Loose. He told them exactly what they wanted. They had their management meeting and everything was set up after that meeting. So he's going to say, the guy told me that's illegal. They can't just set up a bank account in your name without your knowledge. But the guy at the bank doesn't know that Ryan went to this meeting. He probably hated every minute of it. Was probably playing on it. Ryan's a child with millions of dollars. That's the problem. He doesn't know how to manage it. He doesn't know how his bills are paid. He doesn't know who took care of it. He doesn't know who opened the bank account. He doesn't know what he agreed to. He doesn't know what he signed. He doesn't know who had power of attorney, who had pictures of his license. He doesn't know anything because he didn't want to. He just wanted to live and everybody else do the adult shit, paying bills and mortgages and investing and all that shit, right? The guy at the bank doesn't know that. The customer service at the bank doesn't know that you were in a meeting at Wiles and Taylor and you told Be Loose and them to set it all up and you just sat there and signed the papers they stuck in front of you.
that's illegal. I said, what do you mean? He said, they're not allowed to make...
Oh, sweet. I got rid of the bot. That crown molding is very nice.
...a card with your name on it. I said, well, they're in double trouble then because they made 2 of them. He's like,
I'm going to change that timer.
One account. I said, oh, no, there's another one from another bank called Pinnacle. He's like, oh, okay. Is your name on that one? I said, yeah. So you got these 2 accounts that are illegally set up, right? I don't know this because I'm not a fucking financial person, right? They give me these cards. Be loose in the financial people, right?
Oh, you're not a financial
Why
person?
when I kept asking him,
Crazy.
who the fuck hired you? He kept saying, I don't know. How do you know who didn't hire you? That's when he knew he was fucked. I just didn't know how he was fucked at the time. But after Be Loose mysteriously left, he slipped up and said he was still talking and doing business with Be Loose involving all these cards and stuff. And I said, well, you can't just talk to Be Loose. Why are you doing that? If he's not a part of my business, why are you talking to him? Keep in mind, Wiles and Taylor had these logins to this merch company, would not give them to me or Chad, kept keeping them from us and all this shit. So I was like, there's something with the fucking merch. Like, what is up with that? Well, this is what's up with the merch. They tried to frame Bethany.
Oh, it's a frame-up job.
Now, they had this quote-unquote fan mail come into a P.O. box. Now, look where the P.O. box is listed at. So I'm on the phone with the guy from City National, and I said, so where'd this P.O. box come from? He said, what P.O. box? I said, the one in this statement we're both looking at. He said, mine don't say a P.O. box. I said, really?
Really? It's a frame-up job, guys. By the way, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I'm like autistic. Ryan Upchurch received a email from Wiles and Taylor, okay, which is his accounting firm. And in that email, it was dated January 3rd. It said, we're going to stay on for another month to help you switch over, but then we're done. And we reserve the right to quit at any time. You guys remember when he got that email and I read it to you? He showed it. It's not like I'm exposing anything. Now, he got a second email on January, when? January 26th. January 26th, he got a second email. In that second email, it says, we're exercising our rights to end the contract at any time. We'll be ending it today, January 26th. That's going to be important, okay? He was no longer working with his financial company as of January 26th.
He said, no, it says address. So I said, when was it changed? He said, January 23rd, 2026. And I was like, really?
January 23rd. I got 2026. It was changed on January 23rd. That's when they stopped working for him, 20 days later.
Box come from? He said, what P.O. box? I said, the one in this statement we're both looking at. He said, mine don't say a P.O. box. I said, really? He said, no, it says address. So I said, when was it changed? He said, January 23rd, 2026. And I was like, really? Now, in retrospect, I call Pinnacle next.
How interesting. On the exact day that they stop representing him, it changes from a P.O. box. What's at that P.O. box, you might ask? That's a P.O. box they set up for incoming fucking invoices to pay for Ryan because Ryan is not an adult. So if they're no longer representing him, they're no longer taking his fucking invoices.
So I'm on the phone with the guy from City National, and I said, so where'd this P.O. box come from? He said, what P.O. box? I said, the one in this statement we're both looking at. He said, mine don't say a P.O. box. I said, really? He said, no, it says address.
So this P.O. box literally comes back to like hundreds of businesses. The address is what's interesting, or the name is how they separate it. So Wiles and Taylor, for apparently a large portion of their clients, take money at this take mail at this P.O. box for invoices. They go down there and separate them by the name. This is Upchurch. This is the distillery. This is some other musician. This is something else, whatever. And that's how they pay their invoices because they're managing his finances. What's up, Wild QC?
So I said, when was it changed? He said, January 23rd, 2026. And I was
the same day they quit working for him.
like, really?
And what would they, okay, let's pretend there isn't a giant conspiracy to have Ryan, whatever. right? Destroyed and this, that, the other, what, right? Let's just pretend for a moment. If there wasn't a conspiracy, let's just pretend. Pretend. Where would they change that? If they're no longer representing him and they don't want to get his invoices, where would they change that address to? Would they just pick a random address? Or would they send it to the moon? Or send it to a different state? Or you think they would send it to his fucking house? Because that's where they updated the address to.
Now, in retrospect, I call Pinnacle next. They say the same thing. They say the P.O. box was changed on January 23rd, 2026. I knew something was weird with the P.O. box because, well, one, you got to have 2 forms of ID to open a P.O. box. I've never opened a P.O. box in Nashville, but all of a sudden, Wiles and Taylor says, hey, you want your fan mail? You want your fan mail for the first time ever? Here, open this fan mail. No. But
so the reason we've been over this. We've been over this. The reason he got fan mail sent to his financial advisors is just a mix-up, right? Someone researched like how to mail him, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They got the wrong address, so they just forwarded it to him, as they should, right? This isn't an invoice. This is your fan mail. Here you go. Ryan puts it in a Ziploc bag and calls the FBI.
Put it in a plastic bag. I've never opened it, and I'm not gonna because I got to give it to the FBI. But also, remember yesterday when the guy was freaking out about my ID? Telling me, you're on drugs. No, I'm just asking for my ID. Well, now we know why my ID's missing. Now watch this. As I'm on the phone with the City National guy who's like,
wouldn't you, let's say your accountant. Let's say all invoices for your business. Oh, shit. Thank you very much. Hey, Will, I commented on a post on your personal Facebook, a couple of links that I thought you would be interested in. Yeah, I've commented back. I don't think you're getting my comment. Thank you, first of all, for the 10 pounds, I guess. Thank you very much. I've commented back multiple times. I don't think you're getting it because I saw you tag me. Is it the, hold on. I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'm already following that guy, not on Facebook, but I was already following him on YouTube. And I started following him on Facebook. I messaged you back, but I don't think you're getting them from me, or they're going to your spam folder or something. But yeah, the guy, I already follow him on YouTube, but you did show me he was on Facebook. I didn't know that. I am following him on Facebook now. Thank you for that. That he does make some cool stuff. Anyways, what would you want? Let's say you only send your invoices to P.O. Box, blah, 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 right? And through those invoices, that's all that goes there, right? Your roadies and your stage crew and your music producer and your fucking whatever, your artist, your photographer, everything. And suddenly they get a piece of fan mail, right? Obviously, it was mailed to the wrong address. What would you want them to do? They're going to open it. That's just going to happen because they don't know that it's an invoice or fan mail. They're going to open it. But what do you want them to do with it after that?
there's a lot of weird shit over here. I'm like, yeah, there is. He goes, well, for security purposes, I cannot tell you the address. I said, I bet you I know what it is. He said, if you guess and you
I got you, man.
I can tell you. I said, 246 East Kingston Springs Road. He said, yes, that is what it was changed to. Over at Pinnacle, it was also...
That's his address. So on the same day, at two different banks that he banks with, the financial company stopped working with him and started forwarding all mail and the address, the home address, instead of their P.O. box where they pay invoices at, they sent it to his house, as they should have. What do you expect them to do, man?
Changed to the same address. And here's the thing. They tried to frame Chad.
Frame up job.
And they tried to validate what they were doing by sending 2 brand new cards.
Ah.
Something was up, and I was like, no, I'm not fucking activating these, because if I do, then that saves them from this P.O. box shit. Giving that to the FBI as well. Then I was like, okay, how the fuck was he able to do this? Here's a deleted email. Look what it says. From Zach Shrout. If you don't mind providing me with a non-Google linked login, I can update the card on file to one of Ryan's business cards. I'd appreciate it. Look who bought the domain to Music City Magic. Trevor. Well, here's a problem with that.
Okay, they're just asking to update his payment method.
I didn't sign off on that. It's an auto pin. Now watch this. How do you get the other shit done? Well, he's talking to Otero, Walls and Taylor. Hey, heard you're a little under the weather from Otero. Hope you get to feeling better. Flagging another request that Chad and Amir are sending, once again trying to frame Chad. But it don't matter because you already tried to make a card for Chad, you slimy fucking bitch. And you know what's funny? I didn't even agree to any of this, nor did I know about it. You know why?
You know, the bank might have just sent out that card because the other one's expired, right?
Well, because I never fucking signed the paper, nor was I gonna. Now, how did somebody get my number and was able to text with it and get into my emails to delete it? Well, that's on Darius's body cam footage from the other night when Trevor admitted that he set up the phone we found. That body cam's case number is 260122-0012. And that's how he's able to be in this email from Walls and Taylor.
Amazing.
You think it don't get worse? It gets worse. Not for
Oh, yeah, Jason Q that prints the whole internet off.
Better
I wonder if he's still doing that.
Look at this. Now, how did these guys take a loan out for Ryan Upchurch if I still have the loan?
Home equity revolving loan disbursement schedule. It's like $7,000. But just because you have a piece of paper doesn't mean anything. You might have been given a copy.
Loan paper and never signed it.
Well, it depends. I mean, you keep claiming that you didn't update your power of attorney, but they may have already had one. Who knows with you, right? You don't remember anything past a couple days ago.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm sure at some point your mother, who was handling all your finances, your financial advisors, or your manager at some point had a power of attorney. I can almost guarantee it. You never touched finances for 10 goddamn years of being a millionaire. Somebody had your authorization to do shit.
Now that we
You didn't even know the bank login, bro. Who was paying and doing everything? Who was investing? Who was doing everything, bro?
know it's illegal for them to start an account named Ryan Upchurch and give Ryan Upchurch cards, well then how can fake Ryan Upchurch take a loan out? I can't. It's not even
I can't.
Therefore, the loan is not even fucking real anymore. Well, that falls right along with this housing fraud that
If you're gonna get a loan and steal from a millionaire, you're gonna get a $7,000 HELOC. You're going to get a $7,000, what is it, a fucking payday advance?
everybody's talking about right now. What do you know? So tell us, Dingledorf, how is your house underneath Blue Moon Entertainment?
We don't even know if that's true. Again, he got that from an app that does its best to update property records, but they're not always accurate, right?
When that is a old-ass SunTrust account that is supposed to be shut down. Well, that sounds like this.
Well, it's not tied to a bank account. It's paid off, right? All they're drawing, it was paid in full. It's not finance. You gave it to them, paid in full. All they're drawing off of is who's paying the taxes on it, and they may have not updated that information in a couple years.
Realty fraud. So not only was the phone used to act like Ryan Upchurch,
Okay.
this whole entire time that B. Luce had hired Wiles and Taylor That's why he bounced out and needed this power of attorney. But then, when he left, Wiles and Taylor was still talking to Be Loose and keeping all these fucking...
As they can, right? He's an individual that can approach a company 100%.
passwords and shit, right? Sonny Bama from CDM Shift also knew about it. Reason I said
CDM Shift. Gadamned Shift.
hey, Sonny, if you're sending me these fucking invoices and they ain't got no dollar amount, why is that? And he sends me one that has a dollar amount. Yeah, they do. That one had a dollar amount. I go to look for it in the email. It's deleted. You know why? Because it's going to a different
Because the search range that you were searching for literally didn't go back far enough.
account name called Upchurch Enterprise CCD. Something I've never heard of. That's crazy because the lawyer that just robbed me of $1.6 million.
By robbed, he means worked for him for several years on a bunch of fucking cases. Ryan sued and been sued a bunch, right? Over several years. His total that he has paid to her over all these fucking 10 years is $1.6 million. Multiple court cases.
Is
Some very public court cases.
very good friends with Dwight from Wiles and Taylor. And Cynthia Sherwood, the lawyer who bailed, is really good friends with John Rich. You know who else is fucking friends with John Rich?
Oh, we got the John Rich connection. God damn, look at that. Look at that freeze frame, brother.
Wiles and Taylor. They are such good friends that John Rich's house is in Wiles and Taylor's trust.
Wiles Dwight P. Trustee. That's probably some type of financial protection, right? He's the trustee of whatever trust protects this mansion.
Saddle up my horse and I'll ride into a city. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Sounds like he made better decisions with his money and property than you have, Ron.
So Blake hits me up one day. He's like, bro, I go to this bar down on Demumbrium. He's like, and that fucking banker dude, I heard him in there talking about your business. And I turned around and looked at him, and he said, I never seen him before, but he's a little short, fat dude with curly hair. That's Zach, right? I said, really? He goes, yeah, I'll get there, and then he gets there.
So he just said it's some guy with curly hair, and he's like, that's the guy that represents my accountant that come to my house a few weeks back. What? Listen.
Bitch. So Blake hits me up one day. He's like, bro.
His friend Blake.
I go to this bar down on Demumbrium. He's like, and that fucking banker dude, I heard him in there talking about your business. And I turned around and looked at him, and he said, I never seen him before, but he's a little short, fat dude with curly hair.
I wonder if he's tweaked up on the same shit you're tweaked up on. By the way, I don't think the Zach guy was fat.
That's Zach, right? I said, really? He goes, yeah, I'll get there, and then he gets there after me. I'm like, really? At the time, Blake was driving my Trackhawk, right?
I wonder if they're doing the same meth. Blake tells him, everywhere I go, I just show up and there's people talking bad about you. I think they're trying to frame me for your murder.
And Blake's telling me, he's like, bro, when I leave downtown, he's like, bro, I swear to God, he's like, there's these motherfuckers following me in your Trackhawk. Like, really close, like following everywhere I go.
Oh, man.
I have to fucking skirt and get the fuck away from them.
Yeah, he's definitely on the same shit you're on.
I'm like, are they fans? He's like, no, they're not fans. Everywhere Blake would go in my Trackhawk, people would show up at these places that fucking hated me. And he's like, bro, I swear to God, it's like they're stalking me. So, fast forward. Where is this phone found? It's found in Blake's truck at Blake's house in Nashville.
Oh, man.
Is attached to my fucking iCloud. So last night I'm thinking about all this, right? Daryl saying they're gonna frame you, Blake, for killing Ryan and all this other shit. And Blake being like, dude, I swear to God, these people are showing up at these bars that hate you. I'm being followed when I leave the bar. They're following me all the way home to the point where I gotta keep driving past my house and lose them and come back.
He's definitely on the same shit you are.
At home. So last night, I said, we got to search the Hellcat Jeep. Something's in it. It has to be.
Oh, it's like a restaurant buzzer. Is your table ready at Chili's, Ron?
It has to be.
Dun, dun, dun! Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
What do you know?
It's even got a barcode to scan on it. Like a QR code.
What do you know? And it's
It sounded empty.
been in there for a while. The battery life on these motherfuckers is almost a month, right? It's hooked to a cell phone. Well, they obviously know where he lives because they've been following him back home when he parks the track hawk or whatever at his.
I've never seen a more obvious weird fucking track. That's more like I put that in my car so it doesn't get stolen than it is like this not suspicious looking. Like, get the fuck out of here.
House. Well, that's how they knew where to ditch the phone. They were using the phone to watch where he was going. They thought he was me, and it wasn't, and they were getting confused, and they ditched the phone.
Wait, you mean they know enough about you to literally change your bank records to your home address, but they got confused when you loaned out your car to someone who doesn't look like you and doesn't live at your home address, and they thought it was you? They know everything about you. They've taken out loans on you. They've stolen from you. They bought property in your name. They do it, but they got confused when you loaned out your car 8 months ago and went to the wrong house an hour away from where you actually live, and they clearly have because they updated your bank records to your home address. It's weird.
That they were in my fucking email with, that they were texting with, that they were sending fucking Google, what's it called? Hang on. That they were sending non-Google linked logins to, all from this. And I'll be damned, Deerdorf, if you did say that Blake would be framed for something. Not anymore. And let's go back to John Rich real quick. Where you been at, John Rich? You little faggot.
Hey folks, it's your buddy John Rich here. I'm actually sitting in Cheatham County.
Whoa, gamer words, first of all. Second of all, I hate John Rich too.
Middle school. Hey folks, John Rich here. I'm sitting in the beautiful woods of Cheatham County,
His head's too tiny.
Tennessee.
Today, farmers in Cheatham County are honoring country
If you don't know, that's the county that Ryan Upchurch lives in.
singer John Rich.
Ah, the same John Rich that his house is in Wiles and Taylor's trust. Well, fuck. The same weirdo, Dwight specifically, is on his house. That's in his trust, right?
Okay.
The same motherfucker that almost beat the fucking brakes off of him one day because me and my old lady are over there at the little bank place he's got, Wiles and Taylor, and
Accountant firm? Bank place he's got?
over there at the little bank place he's got, Wiles and Taylor, and for some reason, he looks at my kid and goes, that's gonna be...
I thought that you've only ever been there once, and it was just you and B-Loose, and they didn't do... Now you're admitting a whole nother time you were there with your wife and kid?
For some reason, he looks at my kid and goes, that's gonna be my baby.
Are you... He looked at your kid and said, that's gonna be my baby. And you almost beat his ass. By the way, I don't know that Ryan Upchurch has ever been in a fight. It used to be when he was friends with Deerdorf, he would make Deerdorf fight for him because he's got such bad asthma he could die.
I looked at my wife, I said, did you hear what the fuck he just said? I said, you mean turn around and fuck this dude up? She goes, no, let's get the fuck out of here.
She goes, no, you're hearing voices again. Can I just go home?
Well, that's weird because John Rich...
That's gonna be my baby. Sounds like something your accountant would say to you while you're leaving his office. That's gonna be my baby.
Just sitting in the middle of fucking Cheatham Middle School. I would not want that motherfucker sitting nowhere near kids. So
Why?
Yeah.
What are you saying John Rich did?
You're all fucked. I'm finna be one of the richest motherfuckers in the state of Tennessee. Yes. I just uncovered, you don't know it yet, but I just uncovered the biggest fraud ring ever in Music City history.
He says something about he's never going to have to work again, but he's going to work all the time because he 100% loves work.
By the way, John Rich, The whole
Okay.
town's talking about your little fucking weird elevator you got. So let
What kind of jab was that? You mad at the man because he's got a private elevator? It says country singer John Rich owns a 3-story Nashville mansion nicknamed Mount Richmore. It's based, which features a notable private elevator that has been decorated with celebrity photos and memorabilia. Let's see. That's a weird jab to take us. Everybody knows about your creepy elevator, you fucking creep.
It's made of. To get to John's favorite room, he called the elevator.
Come on, let's show you around.
And up we went.
What is this?
Bye.
So, this is
It reminds me of like a bar where they hang the picture of everybody that's like played there or whatever, get them to sign it.
not your normal elevator.
There's so many memories I've had over the years. I mean, there's Tom Petty and Merle Haggard, Quincy Jones. To me, it's kind of cool.
And the best one.
Oh, look what we've got in
And
the
the
corner.
best one.
My girlfriend's in New York City.
Oh, Kathy Lee and
Uptown girls.
Hoda. I can't even imagine listening.
Let me show you. Take it in. There's Nashville.
John's fourth
Okay. So everybody knows about your weird little elevator, you creep. I guess we do.
By the way, John Rich, the whole town's talking about your little fucking weird elevator you got. So let me quote one of the best cops in Cheatham County, Officer Darius. In the words of Officer Darius, welcome to Cheatham fucking County. All right, ladies.
That's it. Ryan's figured it all out, guys. There's been one more video, I think. I don't think I've watched this one. Let's see what this one is. It's only 6 seconds long, 5 seconds long.
I'm fucking track tonight because I can, and guess what, Sonny? You make it 0. I'm finna drop a fucking track tonight because I can, and guess what, Sonny? You make it 0. I'm finna drop a fucking track tonight because I can.
Amazing. Ryan's figured it all out. It was big and rich the whole time. It says, God damn, it feels good to be me today. Finally, fuck all of y'all. At CDM Shift, according to Ryan, Command Shift, at a Loose Vision, which is his manager, at John Rich Official, which is John Rich from Big and Rich, at Cynthia A. Sherwood, which is his former fucking attorney. Then he says Demon Jones, Deerdorf, and many, many more. I'm about to never have to work again. And I'm still going to work because I love working 100%. Video coming in 30 minutes to explain. Amazing. I think he's lost it. I think this is a spiral that maybe takes him to the bottom. Patriot, sick of fake Tiados. Big Flex US. Man. I didn't know he'd figure it out so quick. I'm gonna have to delete all my messages, I guess. All right. Pallet head losing the plot. And a Q-tard and a Trump supporter.
No way.
He thinks that Trump is helping him weed out all the corruption in Nashville with the ICE agent.